everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Is anyone there? Can you see me? Can you hear me? Am I alive? Are you alive? Is anyone alive anymore? Probably. But, you know, who knows? Sure hope I'm alive. It'd be embarrassing if I wasn't. Dale Phillips was in chat beforehand. Let me check and make sure I'm alive. Hello, Paulina. Paulina being here makes me think that I'm alive. But I don't know, really. It seems like I'm alive. What's up, Stuart? You're alive? I am not. Christopher, that's a bummer. I'm sorry to hear that. Really sorry to hear that you are in fact dead. Hello, everybody. Yo, what's up, Stuart? Hi, Mikey. It's because I'm not there to slow us down. I was on time. Mikey, here's the thing. Mikey is almost exclusively the reason why we're late. But Mike has so many excuses. So many excuses. Every time I'm like, well, who knows the morning Mike had? You know what I mean? So it's like, let's be honest. That's why we be giving Mike some slack always, because he's the best of us. That is objectively true. All three siblings, other siblings, talk about that a lot. Late, I was not late. But nailed the under, well done. Hi, Panda. Jabs. Hi, Jabs. I'm sitting here practicing a song called Is There Anyone There? So that was weird. That was weird. I do have an excuse, but I do also be the reason we're late. Hey, man. Both. ¿Por qué no los dos, you know? Yeah, again, man, I always get it, man. Always. What's up? So, yeah, so Mikey, Logie Bear is a little bit sicky poo. Hopefully she's doing all right. Not too bad, but so Mikey is home, and I thought that'd be a perfect opportunity to play Unstoppable, which we actually just got from Renegade Games, so shouts out to them. This is in their, what's it called? Hero series? Hero something, right? Doesn't it have a name? It has a name. Solo Hero series is what it's called. The first one was Proving Grounds, which is by Kane Klanko, and I've always wanted to play these games because they always are done by really good designers. So I know Kane Klanko did the first one. I know Scott Alms has done one of them. This one's done by Sir John D. Clare. And we saw it at Gamma, and the person at Renegade gave us a quick little breakdown, and it seemed super cool. Got a bit of card crafting, got a bit of John D. stuff going on. And I was like, ooh, I want to play that. And they were kind enough to send it to us. And but we weren't going to cover it at all. I had a solo stream opportunity, so I was like, whoop, I'm going to go ahead and do it. Because why not? And I'll tell you right now, I'm probably going to get wrecked. I really enjoyed Unstoppable. Panda, are you good at it? Because I played it like twice, and I'm getting rolled. I'm getting rolled. Of those solo opponents, Pierre, oh God, if only, we'd immediately win. Hello. Hi, Linnea. And thank you. I love Rose Gauntlet and the Rose Gauntlet Foundation. Rose Gauntlet's got the best merch. Just the absolute top tier of all the merch. But I do hope everyone's having a good day. We got a pop quiz that dropped today as well. I beat it with Sir John's help. Oof, well, he's not here, so I'm going to lose, basically. Might just make excuse to play BGA with me instead of working. Yeah, that's about right. Sounds about right. I could be loving that BGA. Although I've been wanting to play more BGA. I'm not gonna lie, but I really don't like playing async. I really hate it. I really dislike it. Great video. Y'all should watch it. I have watched it, Linnea. Yeah, we've been doing a lot of fun videos lately. Our March has been a little slow, which is very good because our February was bonkers, and so it's been nice. We've got a lot of like fun stuff done. We got 3 playthroughs filmed that aren't sponsored, which was like outstanding. If I was, I'm still saying. There's been times Mike has disappeared on stream to go take his BGA turns, so he'd be taking those turns. But I knew everyone had a good week. It was a great week. It was again kind of an odd week where we had 2 of our good friends were in town and they were staying with me. So we actually have had most of a week off this week, which has been lovely. I'm not gonna lie. Got to hang out with some friends, got to play some games, had a big shindig at my place. It was great. It was great. So it's been kind of a vacay week, which is awesome. Async is terrible. I've been playing the same game of Dinogenics for like 3 weeks. It's silly. Yeah. Async, I think, if you're like as prolific as like Mike or Linnea or something like that, who's like on BJ, taking their turns a lot, then I think it's a lot better. If you're like how I would be, where I would take a turn like every 3 days, it just doesn't work. I like playing BGA, but I like playing BGA live. So like being on a Zoom call with someone playing, that's how I prefer to do it. There you go. That is actually, I besmirched Mike's good name. That is true. He said, listen, I don't disappear in order to take turns. I leave to make coffee, and then I add strikes. That's right. So Mike makes coffee and then disappears to go play his BGA games while he's making coffee. That is very true. Can I come stay with you, Nick, for a couple days? Yeah, sure, man. We have to figure out a time, but yeah, absolutely. The flight is very short. I can invite Aaron too. Well, it's not, let's not. Thank God she's not here yet. I've had a very tough time doing digital board games or over just a video game psychological block. I think that's fair. I will, barring a lot of other stuff, I will almost always revert to a video game. I have a lot of video games that I like playing a lot. And so like, I will pretty much always play a video game. Now, if I am, again, playing with people, like playing with friends, stuff like that, then I will probably choose board games over it. But video games are nice. And yeah, that's how it goes. But yeah, we haven't played a little Unstoppable, but we'll chill for a bit. Yeah, this game it's good. It's really good. I like it a lot. It's interesting. I'm getting wrecked. I need to start... What can I talk about? I'll also probably teach the game because the game is actually like mechanically pretty simple. Like you don't actually do much. Well, you do a lot, but like, it's like, it's not super complicated, which is actually really cool. The rulebook's pretty short. Although I will say, Renegade and John D, I love you. You can put more information in that rulebook. There's a lot of questions. I had to Google a lot. You could be like, oh, sorry, my partner is burning down from fleas and Vikings. That did happen, David Phillips. So, oh my gosh, I almost knocked over my coffee. But yeah, so we're going to get wrecked, y'all. We'll see. If I get super wrecked, we might restart the game and then play 2 people. 20 plus people in chat, only 5 thumbs. Y'all need Jesus. Y'all need Jesus. But yeah, it's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one. I'll say, can I vent about card game rule books? This isn't like a this game specifically problem. This is a card game rulebook problem. And to be fair, I don't necessarily know if it would be better the other way around. But like, venting is probably too tough of a word because I honestly don't have a good alternate necessarily. But so a lot of card games, this is a card game that has like different rules, different keywords, although there's really only 5 keywords. But a game like, say, like Imperium, Classics, Horizons, whatever, it's like the gameplay is actually pretty easy, right? Like, it's like, oh, you play a card, do your thing. That's like technically the whole game. And then in the back of the rule book is where all the keywords are, especially in a game like Imperium where there's a billion keywords. And that's where like all of the rules for the game is because a lot of the rules are tied to those keywords. So it's like, I feel like personally, maybe this is just a me thing, I miss tons of rules when so many of the rules are in the keyword section of the rule book. Like, so basically in this game, like, you can like attack threats, right? Like you have threats and stuff and you can attack them. And in the part where it talks about attacking threats, it doesn't tell you that like each like damage you're doing can only be assigned to one card. because that's in like the keyword part. And there's just so many things, and again, that's not necessarily a this game specific problem. That happens all the time where like, because I was just like, wait, am I allowed to hit multiple people? Am I allowed to hit multiple people? Because I read it in the keywords part, but for some reason, when I'm just reading like the descriptions and stuff of a bunch of keywords, my brain cannot retain that knowledge. I don't know what it is. Like, it drives me crazy though. So it's like, because I do that all the time with like Imperium too, where it's like the rule book for Imperium, like the part of the game that's like teaching you how to play the game is like 2 pages long. But then there's like 4 pages of keywords, and that's where so many of the rules are. And it's like, I don't know, for me, for whatever, it's like I cannot retain rules if I read them in an area of a billion keywords, because especially because when the keywords are separated from the rest of the rules, I don't have any, there's not that contextualization that you can get to help you remember rules. You know what I mean? And so like, I don't know, that's a card game. Again, vent was too strong of a word, but something that like, I understand that it probably wouldn't be, I don't know if it'd be better, but I'm like, put the keywords in the rule book when it's relevant, and then also put a glossary at the back with all of them listed out with their rules as well. Personally, like, it just, I don't know. I can't maintain anything if it's not in the main part of the rule book. If it's in a glossary or something like that, I can't retain that information. I just don't. Michael Joyce said, what are your feelings on the rest/cleanup of this game? I heard that the unsleeving and resorting can be a bear. Yes, the cleanup is significantly worse than the setup. That is true of, frankly, most deck builders, and really, really true of any card crafting game. And this is a card crafting game. You see they have sleeves? I'll tell you right now, I hate sleeves on games. I hate playing games with sleeves on them. I'm a massive sleeve hater. But with card crafting, you have to have sleeves. But that also means that you then, at the end of the game, have to take everything out. That is true of Dead Reckoning. That is true of Mystic Vale. That is true of every card crafting game. So to me, the rest, like the cleanup of this game, is bad. But there's no way for it to not be bad, because that's how deck builders work and that's how card crafting games work. So to me, it's like, yeah, it's bad, but it's not like unnecessarily bad. You know, a game with like a billion little chits, and you're like, could we have done this differently? This one you really couldn't have. So like, yeah, the takedown is way worse than the setup. I'll be completely honest, but that's card crafting, baby. Like, if you want to play a card crafting game, the takedown is going to suck. The setup is easy, takedown sucks. That's just how it is. So it doesn't bother me because I know that going into it. So I have to flip 40 pages to the book to fit the box. You know you have too many rules for this size of games. Yeah. Is it our rules are called out as part of an example? Yeah, totally, right? And again, writing a rulebook is very, very difficult. This one particularly, I'm like, I feel like they could have made it a bit longer. What's up, Aaron? I said, on the rulebook rants, 1, show me the game setup. Yes, show me the game setup. Don't just tell me. I don't know what these things look like. Also, have a component page, which, to be fair, like the vast majority of games have component pages, but have a detailed component page. Please. I need to know what the foundation tiles versus the building tiles. I don't know what those are if it's the first time I've played this. I need to know what they look like. Show me a basic turn example, thank you. Give me all the examples. Maybe show me a turn that contains common exceptions like timing powers, etc. Yeah, exactly. Also, you want to go on a rulebook rant? You know what my absolute, it makes me rage. It makes me rage. Is when there's text on these cards. If in the rule book there's like a list of all the cards and explanations, but the explanation is literally just the same exact text on the card with nothing else added, that is such a waste of time and a waste of paper and ink. Etri had to die for that. If you're going to put all the cards in a book, you need to elaborate on the cards. Repeating what is on, like, the text on the cards does nothing. It does nothing. Why are you doing that, publishers? I don't get it. That makes me, it legit makes me so annoyed, unreasonably annoyed. Because I go, oh, great, cool, I can look up the explanation for this card. Nope, it literally just says the exact same thing. That doesn't help at all. Gosh, that one kills me. Oh, it kills me. It's such a waste of time. Why did you do that? Why did you make your graphic designer, make that page? It's such a waste of time. Oh, it drives me crazy. I think because something like a glossary feels like only necessary to know in certain instances. Yes, Michael. So if all the pertinent information for the game is in there, you may skip it or skim it. Yes, I end up skimming keywords because I go, oh, I'll come back to this when I need to know, when I come across this keyword. But if the rules are there, that's a problem, in my opinion. I'd rather have that work being done during the cleanup during the setup. I agree, Mikey. I agree. I'd rather have a worse cleanup than a worse setup. Because, like, here's the thing. Once you're done with the game, what am I going to do? Not clean it up? No, you have to. So, like, I'm way more forgiving of a long cleanup than I am of a long setup. That's a very good point. Nick hates sleeves, and we can't see his shoulders right now. What a phony. Hey, I'm only quarter sleeve right now. I'm only quarter sleeve. I can handle quarter sleeves, you know? That's it. Designers take notes. I know your explanation makes sense to you, and you're obviously a brilliant writer, but get a rulebook writer. There are people who are really good at this. Yes, I completely agree. Also, when you're playtesting, you need to give people the rulebook and not help them and not teach them and go, learn the game from this. And if they can't, you need to rewrite your rulebook. Tree up there in heaven looking down like, I died for this? That's very true. Yeah, exactly, Linnea. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Especially when the card is unclear and you go to the rulebook and read the same damn text again. Oh my gosh. You want to make Nick rage in record time? That'll be the way to do it. It's such a waste. It drives me crazy. I'm like, what was the point of this? Like, because I want to be like, because there's tons of games that do it. And I'm just like, I want to be in the room when they made that decision. Like, how is this helpful? Like, maybe if someone wants to see all the cards at once, sure, that's fine. But like, I don't know. I just don't get it. Even if that was the case, still put explanations. So one of my biggest gripes with Planet Unknown is the planet/corporation explainers in the rulebook give basically no new information about them, right? Yeah, it's like, that doesn't help me. That doesn't help me at all. Blind play tests should be required in games. Yes, they should. Yes, they absolutely should. No matter how experienced your playtesting is, there needs to be blind playtests. Man, I feel like I could make a full-time job of editing and improving rulebooks. LOL, I do that policy at work, but board games are more fun. That's fair. Yeah, and it's an important job in the industry, and I wish there were more. Like, I know Paul Grogan will like edit rulebooks. People will hire him to do that because he's a good rulebook writer and stuff. But like, I wish it was more prevalent, like rulebook editors and rulebook writers. I know, like, oh my gosh, I forgot the name. Rainer, Jesus. Sorry, Rainer. For some reason, I couldn't remember Rainer's name. Rainer, he used to work for Board and Dice. Rainer was a big, that was one of his jobs at Board and Dice, was like going through rulebooks. And he would talk about, he would like, I can't remember which game it was for. Maybe it was one of the more recent ones. It was like Origin First Builders or like a Tillatum or one of those ones. And he was like, yeah, I spent 80 hours editing this rulebook. Like 2 full work weeks editing this rulebook to make sure that it's readable and things are in the right place. And I'm like, yeah, that's exactly what it should be done. Flip all illuminated blimbloms. Let's get some clarification from the book. All illuminated blimbloms are flipped. Thank you. Yeah, exactly. And yes, Linnea, we will actually have you do that. We'll give you $10 million. My personal pet peeve, not having the round turn structure on the back of the rulebook. Yeah, the back of the rulebook, not to keep crapping on this one, shouldn't be this, in my opinion. This right here, all like the design stuff, should be this page on the rulebook. Here should be like something like this, where it's an explanation of symbols or like round structure, setup stuff. The back of the rulebook is such a, I honestly think, here, y'all, fight me. This is the greatest real estate in all rulebooks. This obviously is gonna be the cover. I think this is the most important real estate in all of rulebooks. Utilizing this, because this is also kind of like a pseudo player aid. And Dave Phillips, I'll get to your player aid comment in a second. But this is the most, this is your Beverly Hills of the rulebook, like real estate right here. Utilize that, please. Yeah, we're popping off today. Say, bro, sit down because you need to hear this. Give me player aids. I know you think it's intuitive, but give me a player aid. So no, everyone, and give everyone a player aid. Plays 5? Okay, give me 6. Yeah, give me an extra player aid. Why not? Yes, player aids for the simplest game ever should still have player aids. Every single game should have player aids. Once you're printing a game this big, printing an extra 5 cards is not an increased cost. I mean, technically it is, but it is so minimal at the scale you're printing board games that it is basically nothing. Print a player aid. Even if it costs a little bit more, do it. It's important. It makes your game playable. So I'm a sleever. I am a sleever in heavily based card games. I wish designers would provide recommended sleeving guide. Like these cards are in order, never shuffled, but this set is shuffled every 5 minutes. Yeah, that's fair. Especially if you wanted to kind of change the sleeves out for a heavily shuffled one. Said, yes, back in the rulebook is the important page. Give me some of your player aid, please. Totally, yep. My favorite is when there's a player board already that has a player aid printed on it. Great use of space, yeah. And this one, I will say, we'll show it in this one, but this one has turn sequence stuff on the player board. And so if there's real estate to do it on your player boards, I think that's great. Then you don't necessarily need on the back of the book. But like this has a player aid. Now granted, this is a solo game. You can play it 2 players, but this is a solo game. So this is fine. And I guess in this case, you didn't really need to use the back of the rule book because like the turn sequence stuff is here and then this is here. So in this situation, I forgive them using this. But if your game is not like this, use this to be all the credits, the designer thanks, all stuff. This powerful real estate there. Yeah, I hate when rulebook backs are blank. Yeah, I'm like, you could have used this. At least this has something on it, right? Like this has like all the credits and stuff. But if it's just like blank, I'm like, what are you doing? Put something there. Said, well, often they pay for a certain amount of cards. They literally have leftover space on their card pages. Yeah, unless they're like, so basically usually because it's in a sheet, right? Usually there's 9 cards per sheet. It's like 3 rows of 3. That's generally how it is. So now if you're like perfectly within that sheet range and you have no extra space, then sure, it technically would cost you more. But I'm telling you right now, when you're printing games in bulk, like you're in the thousands of copies, adding another sheet of 9 cards is not going to increase the price that much. Again, we're new to this whole thing, but based on our experience, it will not increase the cost that much. And especially if you're in that situation where you're not fully utilizing every single sheet, use it. That paper is just getting recycled, so you might as well use it, you know? I should have to flip to page 5 for a setup. I don't really mind that so much. What I personally don't like, this game doesn't do that, but like the setup needs to be first. Sometimes they'll be like, oh, here's like the core concepts of the game, or they'll kind of give like an overview of the game that's like a couple pages, and then they do setup. No, the setup needs to be first. I don't mind if it's like a couple pages of like lore or whatever, because that's easy to just like skip through to get to the setup. Don't start teaching the game before I set it up, is basically my way. That's my personal thoughts, maybe. Also, this I'm sure people disagree with. We're just tearing apart this rulebook. There's 3 kinds of cards in this game, right? There's R cards. I'm looking at this backwards. There's R cards, there's threat cards, and there's upgrade cards. I would prefer the anatomy of a card stuff to happen in the parts of the rulebook where we're talking about those cards. not all at once, because I don't know what any of this means, basically, is what I like. I would rather they put the anatomy of the card when we're talking about upgrade cards, personally. But that, almost every rulebook does that. I think that's more of a personal thing. To me, I'm always like, don't tell me about a card and what the card does, because I don't know what those words mean yet. I'm very stupid. So Space Wing does that. Instead, isn't the page which bugs me. John DeClaire! Dang it! I love you, John DeClaire. Hi, Steve. Nathanson. Hey, guys, I recently watched your Joyride playthrough with Paula and bought the game right after. What a blast. Well, cool. Tell Rebellion Unplugged that. I really like Joyride. Joyride and Thunder Road Vendetta. There was like 3 games that came out pretty close to each other. There was like Joyride, Thunder Road Vendetta, and then Dungeon Carts, which was the Brotherwise one. I wasn't a big fan of Dungeon Carts, but Joyride and Thunder Road Vendetta are like top tier in my opinion. I think they're so much fun. They're very, very different, so don't compare them. They're really not similar games at all, aside from that they're both kind of like smash 'em up racing games. Joyride is so much fun. So I started really digging a core concept section of the rulebooks before heading into the nitty gritty, but I agree, I like the setup before anything. That's fair. Mike and I kind of disagree on that. I don't really like the core setup stuff. To me, I'm like, just get into the rules, but that is a very personal preference. But again, setup first, baby. You're not stupid. Thank you, Amanda. I think I'm very stupid. Yep, card backs on setup, card anatomy when it matters. Yeah, exactly. Card anatomy when it matters. To me, it's like everything. Keywords, everything, like put it when it matters. Put it when I'm learning that thing. Don't put it in a different, disassociated place. I can't, personally, and maybe other people are like, no, I can totally learn that way. Personally, I cannot retain that information. I constantly have to go back to the card anatomy spot because they're like, oh, it's like pay the card's cost. And I go, wait, where's the card cost? Oh, it's top right. Okay. Do this. Wait, where is that? It's like, I have to go back to the card anatomy, whereas like if it's next to the area where you're talking about it, I can go, pay the card's cost. I just look over that part, I go, boop, oh, it's right there, boop, and go back to the paragraph that I'm reading. To me, it's just way easier. I don't like when rule books are disconnected in weird ways. I'm like, put everything where it makes sense. For sure, Pips, we talked about that a little earlier. Put a component list, and that should be the very first thing. So that way I actually know what I'm setting up. And again, if you have like all sorts of different kinds of tiles, here's the thing. I'm sure some people don't like it, but I will give Lacerda Rulebooks this. Lacerda Rulebooks, their component list, to be fair, there's a billion components in those games, but their components lists are like 3 pages long because all the pictures and components are enormous. They're huge, but it makes it very, very clear what everything is, which is really important in those games because they're huge and have tons of bits. And they're like, nope, we're not going to shy away from the component list. We're going to make it huge. We're going to make it so you can know exactly what the reputation tiles are and exactly what the building tiles are and these cards and those cards. They're all going to be separate and the pictures are going to be like this big in the rule book so you can very clearly see them. Shouts out to Vito Lacerda and Eagle Griffin for doing that. Be about it. I think a lot of people are afraid of their rule books being long, which is fair. I understand that fear, but you're trying to think about this. Your fear of turning people away because of the length of the rule book is actually turning people away because your rules aren't clear enough. So you're kind of self-fulfilling prophecy, in my opinion. Yes, Atlas. My favorite thing about Around Breakdown Player Aid is it makes it so much easier to remember how to play a game after a long time away. I totally agree. So on Player Aids and Rules, more games need to have tip guides like want this, do this, Galactic Cruise, and some Lacerdas do this. Yeah, it's like, hey, you need money? Here's all the ways you can get money. Hey, you need reputation? Here's all the ways you can get reputation. Love it. Absolutely beautiful. So, oh my gosh, the biggest gripe is the rulebook for Otis. Gives you all the details for every single type of action before you giving you a turn structure. Yeah, you're like, who's going? This game is super fun. Can't wait to see your combo wombos. Christopher, you probably won't see much because I just keep getting rolled in this game. So we'll see if I have any kind of synergies. We will actually start playing very soon here. So letting playtesters learn from the rulebook. If you hang out, answer questions for them. If the designer doesn't come in the box, don't playtest with them there. I agree. Also, numbered components. Sometimes it's just lists of types of things, but I want exact amounts. Yeah, same. Look at us. Look at us going like a 20-minute rulebook rant, y'all. Publishers, take notes. So Lacerda rulebooks are long, but also so clear and well written. Yes, and there's very clear examples, all of it with like really good pictures. Again, they're huge rulebooks, but you learn the game. Niche complaint, but I hate when a component list doesn't show the back of a card, like if there are different backs. I think that's fair. Like, why not? Why not put it in there? What's up, Doc? Will you guys be at Gen Con this year? We will not, unfortunately. I think condensed rulebooks are also often a victim of publishers punching pennies. For sure. That's true, right? Like, hey, adding an extra 5-page rulebook probably costs more, right? The real unstoppable is the complaints we made along the way. Boom. And on that note, let's play. Boop. All right. So we're going to play Unstoppable here. Blah. I ruined everything. So Unstoppable is a solo game where you will have some kind of like hero. We're playing Kai Silver. They are a like a reluctant bodyguard. Oh my gosh. And this is a card crafting game, John DeClaire style. So I have sleeves, unfortunately, because sleeves are terrible. Fight me in chat. But you have to with these games because we will be adding upgrade cards and such to these. Boop. And they will slot in here because there is an empty gap, as you can see. Boop. And each card can hold 2 upgrades to it, a top one and a bottom one, which is very cool. So that's great. And basically what we're trying to do is we're trying to defeat the boss. In this case, we're playing the Harbinger. So to defeat, they're kind of like the first boss you're supposed to fight. They're pretty simple. They don't do too much. We need to hit them 12 times. So basically what's going to be happening is we have cards that we're going to play. We have action points. The action points are pretty much exclusively for playing cards. There might be some other things that use them. But for the most part, it's really just for playing cards. Oh, is that right, Linnea? I didn't play that one, so hey. That's a good one, David Phillips. So player pieces should not be the same color as components if they aren't player specific. I get it, red is cheap, but don't make me think all those buildings are mine. That's a very good point. So in this game, we will be, again, getting our cards. On the back of every card, there is a threat. So as we're going through our deck, we will be having these threats come out, right? We always have 3 out, maybe more, depending on the kind of enemy. But nonetheless, we have threats. We can deal damage to these threats. Whenever we deal damage to these threats, I forgot to unsleeve this one. I was like, that has an upgrade in it. Why does that have an upgrade in it? Whenever we deal damage, and whenever we rather destroy these threats, we will then get to draw that card because on the other side is a card for us. So there is no native card drawing in the game. It's not like every round you get to draw 3 cards. At the start of every round, at the end of the round, discard your hand and draw new cards. The only way, for the most part, that you draw cards is by defeating enemies. And again, on the back of the enemy is always a threat. So as our discard pile, we'll shuffle it up, we put it here, the threat pile will come out here, but that's how we get our cards. Also, as we get new cards, we're also going to be gaining new threats, and they're going to be coming into our hand and then going through our discard pile, which will most likely be making things kind of harder and harder. And again, we're trying to defeat the boss. So how do we play? So the game is played over, I guess, this many rounds. We're playing the normal game, which is means these 2 little green boxes here, we will skip over those. If you're playing like a medium game, you'll skip over any yellow boxes. And if you're playing like a really hard game, you skip over red boxes. So you go straight to here, then straight to here. You basically have a lot less time, and you're skipping over a lot of the bonuses. So at the end of every round, this will then move down. And this little skull marker also will matter for various enemies and such. So how we play, so at the beginning of the round, we will gain our 3 action points. We have 3. We have 3 more over here throughout the round. There are certain cards that will give you extra actions, extra action points, but you always get rid of all of them and draw back up to 3 at the beginning of the round. So those action points are not permanent. Thank you. Yep. Appreciate you. You too, man. I think that's Galactic Cruise. Hold on. Yep. All right, hold on. Mike, you got to come to the studio. Hold on. Where the heck? Where's my little opener? Sorry, we got stuck. Oh no, it says Galactic Cruise on the side. I wanted to check to make sure this is Galactic Cruise. It is. It says on the side, but we're already here. Fam. Oh, look at her. Oh. Galactic Cruise. All right, back to the game. All right, so more like box uncrafting. Got him. So, as I was saying, sorry for that little thing. I got excited. We've been waiting for that game so long. Nick used a paint scraper as a box opener. I know, and I couldn't find my... Oh, it's over here. I couldn't find my paint scraper. Nick, why? Surprise unboxing. So basically, we'll get our action points. Our action points, again, are used for playing cards. In the top right here, boop, you'll see right there, that is how many action points it takes to play a card. They can be 0, like this one here. They can be 2, and they can be 3. I can't imagine there's one over 3, but they can be up to 2 or 3, which would be stronger cards, of course. So then, during the draft phase, we will get to gain a new card. These are all the core cards. Again, these are the cards that we will be using on this side. Again, the threats will be on the other side. We will gain a new core card based off of wherever this red arrow one, let me put this a little closer, wherever this red arrow marker is. And then after the draft phase, this will go back to here. There are certain actions, I don't have any examples of them right now, but there are certain actions that will essentially move this forward. And the cards get significantly stronger the farther down you go. And that's one thing, like John D. Clare did a strategy tips from the designer on BGG in the forums. And one of his main things was like, don't sleep on the higher cards. He's like, they are way better. Like, use actions that gets us up here, because then you can draw from here, and then this will go all the way back to there. When we do the draft phase, we will draw 3 cards from here, choose 1. The other 2 will go on the bottom of the deck. To gain these cards does not cost us anything. It doesn't cost us action points. It doesn't cost us our credits here, our little money pants. It doesn't cost us that. And then what we'll do, basically, let's say we grabbed this one. We will then take a new threat card. Again, on the back side of this, I'll shuffle this. On the back side of this is a new threat. We basically take the threat card, boop, put it in there, and then this goes directly into our hand. So that's a good thing. Is the only native card drawing is the card that you draft at the beginning of every round. So we now have this card. But then once we use this card, it'll go into our discard pile, and then it'll shuffle back through, and then the threat will come through. So as you're getting these cards, you're getting these threats that are coming through, but you also don't know what they are, because one of the main things is when you grab a threat card, these are all face down for a reason. You don't look at what the threat is on the other side. So you can't really prepare for it. You can't be like, oh, I know this is coming, so I'm going to try and do da-da-da-da-da. You can't do that. So that's the way, one of the ways you get new cards. And again, that's kind of the only native card drawing you're due. You will always gain a card at the beginning of every round, but you don't draw cards from your deck otherwise. The only way you get cards is by defeating enemies, which is very cool in my opinion. And it's very easy to just like have no cards. And that's one thing also John said in that thing. He's just like, don't just, like a lot of deck builders, it's like you either use it or lose it, right? Like you're gonna have to discard your whole hand, so you might as well use everything. This is not one of those deck builders. So he's like, if there's no point to play a card, don't play a card. Like just keep it. Like keep it for next round. Like, because there's like no hand limit, and like you might as well keep it unless like you need to spend it on something. All right, Dave Phillips, we'll see you later, baby. You can always check to see what cards you will get. If you defeat an enemy. Yes. So one thing you can also look over, but it's really hard to see probably on camera. But on a threat card, on the back of your core cards, it actually tells you what it does. So this one right here does a whole bunch of stuff with like health and damage, which is the orange. But you can see up here, it actually tells you, I'm also flipping you off right now, get wrecked, chat. It tells you exactly what they do. So the cool thing is you will know what you're getting if you defeat an enemy. You don't have to like, oh God, I hope this is a good card. You can actually see what they are when the threat is visible, which I think is really, really cool because it allows you to then make those decisions rightfully so. So we'll draft, so we'll do that. We can also level up. Leveling up will move the base over, so this is where like our base is, so if we don't move this, we will eventually be able to get those stronger cards that way if we don't get wrecked beforehand. So then we'll have the main phase. The main phase is where we're gonna be doing a lot of our stuff. So we can play cards. Again, we use our actions. They will just go down here. They will do a number of different things. We'll kind of explain them as they go, but this yellow thing right here is going to be credits, so we will be gaining more money. Anything in this like orange right here is going to be damage. When we're damaging, like this is a damage 1, we will be damaging all the damage from a single attack will go to like one thing. And again, if we ever damage and then kill them, this will come to our hand like that. And then again, also damage stays. So if we don't kill them, that damage will stay, which is nice. Because I feel like a lot of games, it's like kill them all in one go or you're done. Do you have the Cuphead Fast Rolling Dice game? We do. I like that game a lot. I think it's a very underrated game. So we can play cards. They do damage. There are certain ones that give us healing. There are certain ones that give us armor. Armor, of course, will take damage until it's gone, and then we'll take health damage. We will lose if we ever go down to 0 health. We will lose if this ever gets over to the skull and crossbones over here. Basically, we ran out of time. And we will win if we damage the Harbinger with 12 damage over time. We don't have to do it all at once. So we can play cards usually by playing these, which is great. We can also upgrade cards. Upgrading cards is these right here. These cards will all add something to our cards. They will have a top ability or a bottom ability. Each card can have one top, one bottom ability. They will all also on the bottom here, it shows you what they're going to add to a threat. So this right here means it's going to add this to a threat. So if this was on, the threat card side, something like that, it would be adding this down there to their threat. So it's also going to make, upgrades will very often make your threats harder as well. And then the money they cost is in the top right. That's mostly what we're spending money for. That's great. Upgrading cards is awesome. The last thing is you can exhaust the ally. I don't have any allies right now, but there are these gold banner ones are tactics. When you play a tactic at the end of that round, they will go away. But the blue bannered ones like this are allies that will stay there, and you can exhaust them each turn, and they will all have exhaust abilities. Though whenever we level up, all of our allies go away as well. So when you level up, you get cooler, and you get basically access to cooler cards, but you're kind of resetting to some degree. Y'all ready for an afternoon of simply not stopping, never stop, never stopping, right? Like the movie. And y'all, that's pretty much the game. The Harbinger here, we cannot damage them directly. It's kind of hard to see, but they have, instead of having this like orange damage symbol, they have this like red one. You can only damage the boss if it has that red symbol. So like all these little orange symbols, I can't hit the boss, with that. I have to use that. And it's basically, they have these specific threat cards for the Harbinger. There are 2 of these in our deck. And basically, whenever we defeat one of these threats, like they're gonna be these kind of bad threats, whenever we defeat one of them, we're gonna flip it over, it's gonna go to our discard pile. And this is what is going to damage the boss. So on here, you can see it has that red one right there. That basically says, when this card leaves your hand or goes to your discard pile or whatever it says, damage it by 1. And so that is how we're going to damage the Harbinger. We basically have to keep going through these tough fights is basically how we're going to do it. So what's up, Corthane? So that's it, y'all. We're going to go ahead and get started. We're probably going to get rolled and get ready for it. Also, you have these 3 threats. After we do our main phase, which is us playing all our cards, doing our stuff, then any threats here will attack us and damage us. Very often, their health, by the way, is the sum of all of their attack, and sometimes they have defense on them as well. These ones do not. So many things, come on, focus up. Many things will have this skull on it. So this does 1 damage and then skull amount of damage. The skull is wherever this skull is. So it starts on 0, then goes to 1, 2, 3, 4, although we will skip over the 5s. So basically 1 and then the skull damage. So it would do 1 damage, and if this was down here, it would do 3 more damage. So they're going to get harder and harder as the game goes on, which is cool. And then sometimes they will essentially have defense with a skull or a number, and then that'll basically just add to their health. So right now, their health is all 1, because it's 1 plus this damage, which right now is still 0. So they all have 1 health. Is this based on a pre-existing IP or is it completely original? I believe this one is completely original. A lot of the game is based off of apparently Warp's Edge, which I have not played, but it seems like it's very similar, at least in terms of the card crafting part. But I don't believe this is based off of any kind of IP. What's up, Rolling Reggie? How you doing, buddy? So after we do the threat phase, we will discard all our tactic cards, lose any unspent actions. You don't get to carry these over. You can't like add to them. We'd reset our armor down to 0 if we had any armor. And then we would refill up to 3 threats. We always have 3 threats out here. And then we would advance the danger by 1. So also one thing is these matter. These will hit us, but the one that's on top of the deck also matters. We can damage this one. And there are some keywords like taunt. Taunt basically means if something has taunt, classic card game stuff, it basically means you have to hit them. So if something here has taunt, I have to hit this one. But this will not participate in damaging me back during the threat phase. That's only things out in the battlefield, not things on top of the deck. But the top of the deck we can hit. So if we know this one's going to come out next round, it's going to suck, we can maybe focus on that one and try to kill them as opposed to this one down here. But we'll see. I think they're leaning into similarities because they're both in Renegade's solo line. Yeah, that's right. So Warp's Edge is bag building, not card crafting, but the graphic design and threats are similar. Oh, okay, I see. I was thinking of, what's Edge of Tomorrow? Edge of Darkness? Whatever, the other big John DeClaire crafting game. All right, y'all. So let's go ahead and go. So first thing, upkeep phase. Get 3 action points. We did that. Refresh all allies. We don't have any allies. And resolve any upkeep effects. There might be certain things that happen in the upkeep phase. So now, draft phase. So we'll draw 3 cards. Whoop. So we got a couple cards here. So they also all have factions, and the factions might matter for things. So this one, living off the land, would cost 1 action point. This would move our little marker here forward, which is great. And then it has Focus X, and Focus is the number of cards of this faction in hand and in play. So this is this kind of like bug faction. I didn't actually read the lore, to be completely honest, but there's like these bug people. So basically, for every bug person I have, I would gain a money. So one thing I keep running into is I just keep having no money, which means I basically can't buy upgrades. So I really want to focus on money. And then we have Dangerous Dealings. So this costs 1 action point. It gives us 2 credits. If you have 2+ upgrades on cards in your hand and in play, I would get to deal 2 damage. I'll tell you right now, I'm probably gonna get that one because that would be, this is also already great and it gets even better. Then Viren's Solidarity. So this one, this one gives us 2 more action points. This kind of arrow up like that gives us 2 more of these action points, which means we get to do 2 things. Ooh, that's killer. 2 more, although we have to have the cards to play. So that's the problem, is like getting action points but not having cards doesn't really help you that much. And this one gives us 1 credit as well. I really want that one, but I think I'm gonna take this Dangerous Dealings. So we're gonna go here. This is gonna go on the bottom of the deck. So those probably will not come back. We will take the top threat card, blop it in here. We don't get to see the threat. You don't get to see it. See that? Someone pause it. That's what it is. You see that? That's what it is. And this goes directly into our hand, by the way. So we immediately get it, which is great. Do you think you can play on future Direct Cuphead? Maybe someday. Probably. I don't know when we'd play it, but if we have like a real-time game day that we're doing, sure. I really like that game. All right, y'all. So now that's the drafting phase. And then again, if this was farther back, this would then come back to here, but we hadn't moved it yet, of course. Okay. So we do have these threats. So this threat right here has rage, which is this red bar. Rage means that they will get rid of an ally, right? Yeah, during the threat phase, for each rage threat on the battlefield, discard one ally from play. So we'd have to get rid of one. We don't have any ally cards, so we kind of don't need to worry about the rage effect. They still do 2 damage, and when we defeat them, we will get a credit, which is also great because money is everything. And then these are each 1 health and will do 1 damage. So we have, we only have 1 strike card. God, we actually have the ability to get a butt ton of money right now. Wow, we actually only have, we actually don't even have the ability to hurt them. Oh, that sucks. Well, actually, defeating them would give us another strike because the back of these cards are always this. But that, okay, hold on, maybe we could do this. Okay, so if you have 2+ upgrades on cards in your hand and in play, deal 2 damage. So we need to get 2 upgrades, which maybe we can. All right, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to use an action point, and we're going to play the price of business. So the price of business here is going to be gain 2 credits. If I have 7 or less health, gain only 1. Boom. I have 2, or I have 10, so I'll get 2 more credits. Now we have 5. I really need to get 2 upgrades. So I could spend this spare credits, which is 0 action points, so it actually wouldn't cost us anything, and it would give us 1 money, but I kind of want to save it for when I need it later. So this right here, so this is basically mean this would have to go on an ally. Certain upgrades and stuff will have to go onto an ally. Certain ones have to go on a tactic, and the green ones can go on either. So we actually can't put this one because we don't have an ally. So this one would be gain the top card of the level 1 or 2 deck into my hand. So when I play this, I would gain the top card. That would maybe bloat my deck, but it's going to give the threat taunt, which is bummer. And then the cost, so cost 2 lefts if there are, if added to a council card. So basically this one says it'll gain 2 less if it's added to a card of that faction. It only costs 2. So it'd be, God, do I have one of those? No, I don't. I would definitely do it because it would be free, but I can't do that. Wow, this one's so good. Oh, gives 4 damage and moves this, but it's $5. My stars. Well, I don't have to put this on a card. I basically really want to, Okay. Let's do this. Let's go. Yeah, let's make this money, honey. So I'm going to spend 3 credits. 1, 2, 3, boop. And we're going to put this legitimate play. 1, it doesn't add anything to the threat. It's basically going to add 2 credits, and we're going to add it to our spare credits card. So basically now, this card costs 0, and it's now going to give us 3 credits. Killer. Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. Oh, man, and this one gives us 5 armor? My gosh. That's killer. Okay, so that's 1 upgrade. And I think I'm going to do this one. And I think I'm going to save my spare credits for like next round so I can keep upgrading. This one is 2 damage. It's going to give us 5 armor, and it's going to add 1 to the threat of this card. Let's just put it on a strike, and then that way a strike, we have a strike that gives us a ton of armor, which is great because then we can absorb a decent amount of damage. Okay. Also these refill right away. Is there anything I'd want to change? Ooh, 1 armor and a movement. Flow's good armor. Ooh, when exhausted, because it has to go on an ally, it would give us an action and 2 armor. And it would cost 2 less if it's added to one of the Viren cards, one of those bug people. Interesting. Okay. Wow, that one's only 1. Holy crap. Okay. So now let's play this card. So we're going to use an action point to play this card, Dangerous Dealings. So this is one that gives us 2 credits. Oh, man, we're going to upgrade so much. Oh, Gives us 2 credits, and if I have 2+ upgrades on cards in my hand and in play, deal 2 damage. I do have 2 or more upgrades, so I deal 2 damage. We are going to take them out. They only have 2 health, and they also have a when defeated ability. If there's anything in this little red box, this will happen when they're defeated. This is going to give us 1 credit. Woo, we got money. I wanted more money in this one. I was so poor the last game I played. And then this will go bloop into our hand, which is outstanding. And these do not refill right away. They refill during the upkeep phase. I'm sorry, during the cleanup phase. So they don't happen right now. So this card is an ally. So this one, we would lose 1 health and then deal, oh, this one's interesting. So we lose 1 health and then we deal X damage, and damage is 10 minus how much health we had. So if we had 8 health, we would essentially do 2 damage. So this card gets stronger the more beat up you are. And then it also has a level 3+ down at the very bottom. And this basically means that if we are level 3 or more, we will get to then heal for 2. And level 3 basically means our base is here. Right now we're at level 1, so that part doesn't matter. Okay, I only have 1 more card. Interesting. So the question is, I kind of don't want to play this strike with all this armor because I'm only going to get hit for 1 damage and then all your armor goes away and it just feels like a waste. So I think what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to play my Guard Squadron, that card we just talked about. It's an ally. And, oh, you know what? Hold on. Ooh, 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 ooh. I'm going to play them. I'm going to spend these 3 credits. God, this game's great. I really like it. I'm going to get this last pistol. So this last pistol, when it has to go on an ally, and it'll give 1 damage when it's on an ally. And this damage is, and Panda, remind me if I'm wrong, this damage is separate than the damage I do here. Those are 2 different attacks. Again, for each attack, you can only go onto 1 thing, but I believe I can go onto 2 different things. So now we're going to exhaust this. When exhausted, I get to do 1 damage. I'm going to do it here. Gain this one. Boop. That's another strike. And then I can lose 1 health and then deal X damage, which is 10 minus the amount of health. So I am going to lose 1. And now 10 minus 9 is going to be 1. I will deal 1 damage, boop, to here. Easy. It's the first round of the game. And I think that's good. And I didn't spend these, so now I have these for next round. Oh, I think so. Okay, cool. I'm pretty sure. Because, like, I'm 98% sure. Yeah, it says all damage from each instance of this icon must be dealt to a single threat. So again, if it has like 10 damage and there's only 1 health out here, you can't go 1, 9. But if it's on different ones, you can, because there are certain cards like this one where they are specifically separate instances. Those are 2 different attacks and can go on to 2 different things. If I am wrong about that, someone correct me. But I'm pretty sure I'm right. Okay, y'all, that's going to be it. We don't really have any more action points. We don't really have much else we can do. So we'll go into the threat phase. Now we'll take damage from all the active threats. Again, active threats are threats in the battlefield. There's none. Get wrecked, John Declare. All right, cool. That's wonderful. Then the cleanup phase. So the cleanup phase, we'll discard all the tactics we played, which is those. We will refresh all of our allies. Oh, I'm sorry, that technically happens during the upkeep phase. My gosh. Lose any unspent action points, reset armor to 0, Refill the battlefield with active threats. So we'll go 1, a 2, a 3. Okay. So now we have this Order Archivist up here. This is one of the boss's cards. So if we defeat this one, we will damage the Harbinger. So this is one of the ones, I'm trying not to look at the next one. So this is one of the ones that has this little kind of gray and a skull. This is defense. This doesn't attack, but it adds their health. So their health is 3, because they do 3 damage, plus this, which is wherever that skull is. The skull is at 0 right now, so it's 3 plus 0, but that will go up. So that kind of gray one is just defense. It just adds to their health. Okay, great. So last thing we do is advance the danger by 1. So we're still on 0. We are still not there to the point where those skull things actually do anything, because right now they don't. Okay. Let's go. I really like this game. It's fun. Combos and wombos. That was a much better first turn than any other game of this I've played. That one, I got a lot of stuff. Was able to do stuff. That was great. Okay. So now, next round, upkeep phase. Gain 3 action points. Bloop. That's the action point sound. Can you get some bloops in chat, please? Refresh all allies. Thank you, friend. And then resolve any upkeep abilities of which we have none. Sorry. Okay. Now we're in the draft phase. So again, we're going to draft wherever this is. We are just at level 1, so we'll take these 3 cards. All right, so we have Worker Mutiny. So this would cost us 2 credits to put into play, which is a lot. I think these bug people are oppressed in this world. I didn't read the lore, but it seems like they're pretty pissed off, and it seems like they have rights to be. So this will go. This is a tactic. It'll do 2 damage, and it has focus. So focus, refresh X allies, and X is however many of these bug cards we have. Again, we don't have any, so we'd have to really focus on getting those. We have optical overlay, which also costs 2 credits. So this would be 1 damage, plus it would move our thingy forward, which I don't hate. And then it has unite, deal X instances of 1 damage, and then unite basically means however many different factions we have. So this is that council faction. We at least have 1 silver faction, and we have one of these rock factions, the Junker factions. So amongst our cards, we have at least 3 of the 4 different factions. That might be a good card to get. Then we have Viren Sympathizer. So this is just an ally, pretty simple. Ooh, 3 credits to put into play. My stars. 3 credits, not 3 credits, 3 action points, but you just exhaust and they deal 2 damage. That is pretty great. But for 3 action points, if I had another card that gave me extra action points, I would consider this. But considering I don't think I'm going to do that. And I think I'm going to do this optical overlay because that will be lovely, especially earlier in the game here where a lot of our enemies are like 1 or even just like 2 damage. That'll be probably pretty useful. Again, we put it into a threat. We don't know what this threat is. Look at it, chat. Can you see it? You know what it is? That looks bad. That looks really bad to me. Bloop. Thank you, Panda, for that bloop. Sorry. Okay, so now we out here. So now we just did the draft phase, and now we're into the main phase. So now we have a decent amount of cards. So now we have our spare credits card. So we can get 3. We have no money, so we can get $3. The thing is, I'm a little worried about is we have some stronger enemies coming because we've mostly gotten these Ceresian Thieves, which are like our low-end cards, which means a lot of the bad ones are still in here. And I'm kind of worried about going into the next rounds with no money and basically no ability to upgrade stuff. Although, you know, we do have this strike, which would give us armor. So maybe we don't. One second. I'm curious. If I do an exhaust ability, do I have to do it? I'm assuming no, because this one has a when exhausted, I can do a damage. Because the other one requires me to lose health, which I don't really want to do. I don't think I can not do it. Because it doesn't say you may lose the thing. It just says lose a health to deal damage, which is a kind of a bummer. I don't really want to do that. Is there upgrades that you can buy that gives you action points? Oh yeah, this one does. Oh, but that one's $5. So the max money I can get right now is gonna be $3. So, oh, this one gives me an action point. Ooh, and it moves forward my thingy. Maybe I should do that. That'd be pretty great. Because then I would be able to defeat I really want to defeat them. But I think I might wait. So this one has the when defeated ability. It has 5 damage. This damage is not dealt to us. It kind of looks like it is. This is then damage we get to deal to other things. The problem is again, that's a 1 instance of 4 damage. These guys only take 1 hit to kill. So killing them right now kind of doesn't make much sense because I'm wasting 3 of that damage. So I might want to wait for these bigger ones to come out, hit that one, hopefully use that to then kill another one. So, interesting. Okay, so I think I am going to play this card because it is free, my spare credits. I don't have to spend anything to get $3 because at the very, very least, I'm going to have $3. I might not spend it all, but I definitely want it. Ooh, hold on. Oh, that's interesting. So this is the one where I get a $2 discount if I put it on one of these council cards, which this one is. So I can put that one on for free, and when I use that card, I get to gain the top card of the level 1 or 2 deck for free. And this one is pretty hot, 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 fuego hot. Interesting. Oh, interesting. That is interesting. So I think I'm definitely going to do this one, which will be 1 credit. I'm going to put on a strike. Whoop. And again, this will now give me 1 armor, and it'll move forward. Come on, focus up, baby. Focus up, baby. And it'll move forward my little thing so I can get a level 2 card next round. So I'm definitely going to do that. So the only problem is if this is too... No, you know what? I definitely can. Yeah. So we'll bring something out here. Ooh, a repeating gun. So those are just 3 instances of 1 damage. Just bop, bop, bop. And it costs 2 less if it's going on one of these council cards. I don't have enough money. I would love that one. But I think I'm going to do this one because it's free. And I am going to put it on this optical overlay. This is also going to add taunt to the threat here, which I don't love. Because we also don't know what that threat is because this is one of the cards we got. So when I play this card, I'll gain the top level. Okay, I don't think I'm going to need to use this card. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and play this now. So it's going to cost us 2 credits, 2 action points rather. So we immediately get to gain the top card. And you can, by the way, you can do the upgrade and then the thing here, or the thing here, then the upgrade. You can do them in any order. So gain the top card, level 1 or level 2 card into your hand. I think I'm going to do this one. I don't think I'm not going to use it this turn because I literally can't afford it. But I think that's going to be great because this is going to be 2 damage and then 1 damage. And since we got some chonky enemies coming up, that's probably going to be good. Interesting. All right, so this one will deal 1 damage and then move this forward. So we'll get to draw from here next round, which is great. 1 damage, so we'll do 1 damage and kill them. Bloop. Because again, the skull is still at 0, although next round it won't be. And then again, deal 1 damage for every different unique number of factions in hand and in play. I have 2 of the silvers and then 1 of these councils. So this is worth 2 hits, and I can go bop, bop, done. And now I got a lot of cards. I kind of don't want all these cards. But we out here. And I think we're going to call it there. And I think we're going to... Is there any one of these upgrades? I can't afford... The only upgrade I can afford is this one, which is pretty dang good. That's interesting. It does 2 damage on the back end for the enemies, which could come back and bite us. Whew. Short-sighted. Doing it. And I'm putting on this big card. I don't care. This threat is gonna suck, by the way. But who cares? I don't know what's on the other side of there. And what I don't know can't hurt me. Okay, I think I'm gonna end it there. I still have a credit, so I could buy this next round, but I don't think I'm going to. That's it. The cheap ones that are good are usually gonna have pretty bad effects, which is very cool. Okay. Threat phase, there's nothing here to damage me, so move on. We're going to discard all played tactics. Blessed. And lose all unspent action points. We didn't actually end up using this, so we're going to end up getting those back, though. Reset armor 0, whatever. Refill battlefield with active threat. So we're going to go boom, boom, and then boom. So this one here has fast. Fast. The fast keyword basically means it doesn't count towards the 3 that are here. So you would draw that, and then we need to draw another card. We can't draw another card because our threat deck is empty. This is when we're going to level up. Oh, we're about to lose this ally. That sucks. That's why I was like, ooh, the bottom of this deck is going to be bad. Okay, so we're going to have to level up now, which is great. It's good and bad. So we both advance both discs by 1, so they maintain their positions. Boom. Discard all tactics and ally from play and discard down to 3 cards in hand. Ooh, that also sucks. Huh. Uh-oh. All right, well, we're going to do our big honkers then. We're going to do our big strike, our big hit, and all the rest of these are strike cards, so we're just going to get rid of all of them. And then we can optionally kill a card. We're going to get rid of one of these strike cards because we're getting a lot of cards and they're not having upgrades, so we're going to get that card out of there. All right, resolve any boss-specific effects. This one is, whenever you level up, you take the top card of the boss deck and put it in your discard pile, unless this deck is empty. So we got another one. So these cards right here are those boss cards. We now have another one in here, which is great. Okay, so we out here. Don't worry about it. We out here. And we will have to add another card here because this fast, again, doesn't count. This Junker Cyclist here isn't super strong. Yeah, this is tough because they're going to be 4 health, 3 health, and 2 health because this is also going to go whoop right here. And that means they're all going to be 1. So on this little board thingy, there are certain symbols, and there's a little blue symbol. It's probably hard for you all to see, but it's down here. There's a little blue symbol. This basically means that we can refresh the upgrade deck if we want to. I think I might because we have 4 things that are 5 credits, and I just don't think I'm going to be able to afford those. All right, so this Ceresian Thief is going to come in here as well. So now we have 4 things. Ooh, and they have, oh, this is bad. Uh-oh. Because, oh man, we're going to be in a bad spot, I think, y'all. Because this Sportling has Taunt, and Taunt is not good because it means we have to hit them first. And they're 3 health, which means, okay, we're going to be able to chain, a lot of this together. I think we're going to be fine. But let's go ahead and refresh this because so much of this stuff is so expensive that I don't think I'm going to be able to afford it. We are going to get a level 3 card right now, which is outstanding. Okay. Woo! Alrighty, so we are out here. So, gain 3 action points, refresh our allies. They're all gone because we leveled up. And resolve any upkeep abilities of which we have none. Okay, so what we got out here. So, the problem with these 2 cards is these 2 cards don't come into our hand. They go to our discard pile. This Junker Cyclist will give us 1 credit, but other than that, we have like no ability to get credits, which is a bummer. So we basically have 1, potentially 2. There's another empowered card. That empowered card scares me because I really don't want to put 2 damage on another threat. So unless we really need to, and we'll kind of assess this as we go through this round, what's up, Sisu? I don't think I'm going to get that Empower card. It scares me a little bit. So first thing to do is we're going to draft the 3 cards, or draft one of the top 3 cards. Okay, so we have another one of these Viren. Man, maybe we should get these cards. Wow, this one is 3 action points, so we won't be taking this one probably. 6 armor, and while this card is in play, your allies in play gain this effect. When exhausted, gain 1 action point and deal 2 damage. Wowzers, that's cool. We have Scrap Hunter. This is one of the junkyard people, junker people. This is an ally. It's one action point to put in here. When we exhaust them, deal 2 damage to target threat for each upgrade on that card. For each to a target threat for each upgrade on that card, ignoring taunt. Ooh, so we could ignore taunt. None of these cards have any upgrades, so that's not useful. Oh, this one's also 3 actions. Ugh. It deals 2 damage twice, and I heal for 2. And then I have Unite. If Unite is 3+, I get to kill a card. And again, Unite is the one where we want different factions. Wow. I don't really want... This one will be useful, so I think I'm going to take it. But, nah, all 3 of those weren't great for me right now, which is not great. Boop, that'll go back there. I don't think I'm going to play this card, because it literally won't do anything right now, which is a bummer. We do have it. Okay, so what we need to do... Oh, man, yeah, this is going to be... 2, 3... Oh, no. I don't think we're going to... Oh, we're going to get wrecked right now, y'all. Man, we might... I think we're going to have to buy that Empowered. Dang it, I really didn't want to. I really didn't want to. Dang. I think we're going to have to buy the Empowered because we are not going to be able to... Because of this taunt, which is brutal, we're not going to be able to attack effectively here. Now the question is where do I put that Empower? Do I put it on Bacon Sourdough Focaccia? Love the clear cards. Yeah, the way they do the card crafting is cool. I kind of want to put it on a strike because, again, it's going to add 2 damage, and this one already has that 2 damage. I don't want to add 4 damage to whatever's on the other side of this card, so I think I'm going to have to. Well, let's start doing what we're doing. So this is going to be 2 action points. This one being 2 action points is killing us right now. So this is going to be 2 damage, and then 1 damage. So the problem is this one takes 3 hits. So we're going to have to use 3 of that 5 damage to kill them. The good thing is this... Oh, this one also has taunt. That sucks. Wow. Okay, well, we get this card, though. It's going to be... This gives us money, which doesn't help us right now. So now we have 2 damage, which we then have to do on them, which is a bummer, because we then have to use all of this, oops, for that. And this one has terror, so we're not dealing with the terror. We don't have to worry about that right now. That was a bingo bango bongo right there, and that was bad. Oh man, we're screwed. We just got super screwed. Yeah, we're host because. Well, I guess we're not going to buy the Empower then, because even with the Empower, well, what I want to do, because they deal 4 damage when defeated, they do 3 damage when defeated. So my hope was to defeat them. This would then kill them, and then I could use them to kill them. The problem is we can't kill them now because we only have 1 action point because it took 2 to put it on here. Dang. I do think we're going to need that Empower then, unfortunately. Yeah, you know what? Let's go at... Oh, this is going to be bad, but we're doing it. We got to kind of do it. I don't want to get absolute... So the question is, this will allow me to kill this, so I'm going to end up taking 5 damage right now. No, I can't do this. I can't do this. I'm going to have to do this. So I'll do this one. Whoop. It's going to be a single damage. That's it. I literally can't kill anything with that, which is such a bummer. I guess I'll put it here. Man, that double taunt in a row absolutely killed me. That sucked. Okay, so we're there. And then this gives me 5 armor, which is going to block some of the hits coming in. Not all of them, but some of them. Putting that 5 armor on this card was absolutely killer. That is such a bummer. Man, that hurt. That one hurt. And you know what? I don't even have a good... Yeah, this is tough. I don't even have a good way of hitting next turn. Okay, well, that's all I'm going to be able to do, unfortunately. Okay, so threat phase. So we're going to get a lot of damage. It's going to be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 5 armor. We're going to hit 3 times. What a bummer. Wowzers. That sucked. Jeebs. Okay. Well, so was that worth it? Because if I killed you and you, that would have been 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we would have taken 5. We would have taken 4 hits otherwise. So it was worth it playing this for the armor. Wowzers. Okay. Discard all tactic cards. Jeez. Okay. Lose all unspent action points. Reset armor to 0. It's already at 0. Refill the battlefield with active threats. It is full, so we don't actually have to do that. Advanced danger by 1. So this is basically one where we can pay a credit to kill a card. I don't have a credit, so we're just not going to do that. Okay, back to get 3 action points, refresh all allies, and do any upkeep, and then we're going to draft cards. Daddy needs something that hits hard. All right, new plan. So this would allow us to move forward this thingy, which is great. Unite, look at the top 3 cards of level X deck, add 1 to your hand, and then... Oh, okay, I see. So basically, however many different factions we have, we get to look at the top 3 cards of that deck and gain 1. That could be very cool. Practice makes perfect. Deal 2 damage for each. Oh, for each one of these we've gained this turn. Interesting. Okay, I think I do have a card that pushes it forward. I do. That's interesting. So that'd be 2 damage for that. Okay. This is 2 damage and then Conspire for 2. Conspire requires another card of this faction in hand or in play. Oh. Oh, I do have one. Ooh. Oh, I have 2. That's good. All right, we're going to do that one because it gives me damage and money. Which your boy likes. All right. Wowzers. That was a tough round, y'all. We were so ready for it, too, and then we ended up just getting absolutely bollocked by the freaking cards. Okay. Main phase. Okay, so this one is definitely good. So this time around, we gotta do that chain of killing stuff. So we need 3 hits on them. Which is gonna take just a lot of our ability. So we're gonna do this one, local bounty, which we just got. So deal 2 damage. So we'll do 1, 2. Killing me. And then we do have another card of that faction, and this will give us 2 credits. So we can maybe... The only thing we can afford is that Empower, which I really don't want to put on there because I'm so terrified of it. Although this one could potentially give us some more money. Oh, it'd only give us 1 more money, though. Ooh, this one would give us 2 action points, though. We might need to do that. I think we are going to, because that would then give us 1 more. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, so we're going to do this one. Price of business, costs an action point. Gain 2 credits, gain only 1 if your health is at 7 or less. We're at 6, unfortunately, so I'll only gain 1 credit, but that is enough because we're going to spend 3 for this medical adrenaline, which we're going to slap on. I kind of want to slap it on this, although that's yet another thing. Nah, let's go ahead and do it. We're going to play bold and ill-advised. Since we got 2 upgrades. And then we're going to spend our last action point doing this one, which is going to give us 2 action points. This is going to advance this, boop, give us an armor, boop, give us 2 action points, and then do a damage. This damage here is going to damage them. This here, when defeated, is going to deal 4 damage. We're going to do that to them. This will deal 3 damage. Boom. We're going to do you, which is going to be 2 more hits. So bam. So we're going to gain a credit. And then these go into here. So this will just go over here. But then this one, both of these will deal a damage to the boss. All right, we are 1/6 of the way there in terms of that. Man. All right, then we still have this friend who has 2 health, which we cannot kill, which is hysterical. Although, now they're going to do 2 damage too. That's a bummer. Oh, sorry, this one should come out. I have a feeling that this card is going to start becoming very useful. So I'm going to go boom, put them into play. And then I think I'm, well, should I damage them? Is it going to do anything? Or should I just hold on to this? Because then next turn we have like no cards. Because we got all of our cards this round. No, I'm going to hold on to it. They're going to hit us for 1, but they're going to hit us for 1 regardless. So I'm just going to hold on to it. Okay, so threat phase, they're going to hit us for 2, so it's going to be 1 and 1. We're getting pot-shotted. I don't like it. Okay, so our ally here is going to stay. They're going to stay here. Okay. Lose all unspent action points, unfortunately. We didn't end up getting to use both of those, but that's all right. We're going to go here. Boom. Don't be fast. Okay, thank God. All right, let me double check something. So in enemies... Okay, so I guess... So again, an enemy's health is their damage plus their defense. I am guessing that this extra damage does not count towards that. I hope. I'm assuming it does not, because it is technically a different symbol for the one for the boss. Okay. All right, so we have Rage and Terror. So Rage basically means... So basically, during the threat phase, if a card has Rage, it gets rid of an ally, which is a bummer. And then Terror here means if we target it, we lose a action, which sucks. I couldn't read the other side. 2, if you have 2+ upgrades on cards in your hand, deal 2. That's right. And then you are an ally exhaust. This is that one where you have to lose a health. Although that would be a big whopper now, but I really don't think we lose health. Oof, man, this is going to be tough. Okay, we're gonna get a new card. I need a good card here, or else I think we're gonna start getting rocked, y'all. I think we're gonna start getting rocked. Oh man, I feel like I started off so hot too. All right, national target. So it's a tactic. We get rid of this card. Deal X. Oh no, I get to get rid of a card. That's nice. And then I deal damage equal to the number of unique factions I have in hand, which would hand or in play. That would be two instances of one. Overclock. Ooh, this is free. It'd be 1 credit, 1 damage. If you have 4+ upgrades on cards in your discard pile and in play, gain 1 action and deal 2 damage. Oh, we definitely have all of that. So we're doing that card, I'll tell you right now. Well, let's see what this one is. Deal X damage. X is the number of silver cards in your discard pile. Ooh, that's a decent amount. And then focus. Ooh, how many silver cards we have? Because they're part of the silver faction. 1. We have 2. That's not worth it compared to the other one. All right, we're definitely doing this card. We're definitely doing this card. All right. But again, I really like the adding threats and stuff. But here's the thing. We only have 2 cards. Again, we can get more, but having only 2 is tough. Okay, so let's get our 3 action points back. Sir, miss. Okay. So we definitely have 4 upgrades. We actually have exactly 4. Okay, we don't have quite as many as I thought we did. Some of them are in here. So they have to be in your discard pile. So this, if they're not in the discard pile, this card's not that great, but it's free, which is killer. So we need 3 damage to take this one out. That would be enough for this one. Ooh, that's interesting. Oh, we could do this. This is actually, yeah, this card was actually great to get. Because we've been upgrading so much, this is huge. So we're going to go ahead and exhaust this one. So this is deal 2 damage to a threat card for every upgrade on that threat card. And ignoring taunt, which means we could ignore taunt. So there's 1 upgrade on this one. So that's going to be 2 damage. And that is going to just kill them. And this is going to give us a credit. And it also gives us this card, which I don't really want to use, to be completely honest, because it will make us lose a health. But we would then do 7 damage. Which would be pretty sweet, I'm not going to lie. So I think we might play it, but I don't think we're going to use it until we absolutely have to. Okay, so then this one is going to go into play for free. We're going to target this card, which has terror, which means we do lose this, unfortunately. But I think we'll be... we might be okay. So this takes 3 damage, so we're going to get a credit. Blurst. And it does 1 damage. Blurst. So if I have 4+ upgrades, I gain a thing back, which is great. And I deal 2 damage, which will be enough to kill them, which will be boop, boop them good. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, so I have a ton of these Junker cards. So anything with focus, which is basically depends on how many of a similar faction you have, we should probably get ones with Junker if we last that long. Okay, so that was grandiose, especially because it was free. So we still have 3 left. Ooh, we can upgrade something. Can we? Oh, we can upgrade something. How does that work? Oh, I see. Oh, that's... Ooh, that's interesting. That is very interesting. So this one would give us an action point, which is outstanding. And then this would also give us armor equal to our focus. So the focus, again, would be the faction that this card is on. So if I put it on this Junker card, I could get... We were literally just talking about getting things that go well with this Junkers. And, you know, I think I might put it on that. I think I'm going to spend 3. It doesn't give me... Hold on. It doesn't give me any... No, it's okay. That's fine. I was gonna say, it doesn't give me an attack, but that's okay. So I'm gonna get this Viren Tranquility. And it costs 2 less if it's put on a Viren card, which it's not. Although we're adding another taunt out there. I really don't like the taunt cards. Boom. All right, so now, if I play this card, boom, it gives us an action point. Boom. And then we get focus equal to the amount of junker cards we have. So we have 3 armor there, which is outstanding. And then if I have 2+ upgrades on cards in my hand in play, I deal 2 damage. I now have 2, and that is enough to take them out. Boom. That gives us another strike. Okay, wow, we are kind of cruising here. I think, man, should we try and take them out as well? I think so, because, and then we're going to go, yeah, we're going to go strike, strike. It's going to cost these 2, and we're going to take out this Restoration Thief because it'll come here. Okay, this is taunt. They will come out here, so it's not a huge deal that they're on top of there. And then for my last one, I think I am going to put this Honor Guard, or what they're called, Guard Squadron into play, so that I can use them when I absolutely have to, which I hope I don't need to, but we'll see. Okay, and that's going to be it. Okay, that was a good round. We got a lot done there. All right, so we're going to discard, lose our action points, reset our armor down to 0. We actually ended up not using that armor, but I'm glad we have that card now. Refill the battlefield with active threats. 1. Ooh. So we don't level up right now because you only level up once you need to draw a card, or if you deplete the battlefield of enemies and then this is empty, you will level up then. But so last time we had to level up because we had to draw a card, we didn't have one, but in this case we actually don't. Advance the danger by 1. We could refresh all of these. I think we'll leave them. Oof. Okay, so this is interesting. We got some spicy meatballs out here. Yeah, we got some spicy meatballs. Okay. Next round. Let's get our stuff. We're cruising, y'all. We cruising. All right, and we're going to get cards from here. So this will give us 2 armor. It's another Viren card. God, we've needed so many Viren cards, I feel like. And then focus, and again, focus is not good because we don't have many of those, but we get 2 armor, which is great. Shadowy Confidant. So it's an ally. We'd exhaust, lose 2 health, and draw 1 card from the bottom of the deck. We can't do that. We can't lose health. Ooh, this is good. Dodge. So we'd gain an action, and then we'd gain a health. And then it's bargain 3, and we'd get $2. So bargain basically is, ooh, yeah, this is going to be good. We need to get this card. Bargain basically, whatever number is after bargain, in this case bargain 3, it is going to cost that many credits to do this thing. But the bargain is then discounted by however many of that faction you have, and this is that junkyard faction, of which we have a lot. I don't think we have a lot right now, but it basically means that this card, doing that bargain action, very often will end up being free for us probably, if we get that far. And that's great. This also gives us a health and an action point, which is also great. Okay, blessed. We're in the last round of 1 on our threat track thingy. So stuff's going to start getting harder. Okay. I think the problem is I would love to do this one first, and we literally can't because these 2 have taunt, so we have to defeat them first, which is a bummer. Although we could technically ignore this taunt, but we can't ignore this one because this card, if we deal damage to it, will ignore taunt, but it won't make much of a difference. Okay, so we don't have a lot of stuff, y'all. We basically have the ability. Okay, so the first thing let's do this. So this will basically deal damage to a card with an upgrade. It'll deal 2 damage to them for each upgrade on that card. Unfortunately, each of these cards, well, I guess not really unfortunately, these cards only have 1. But I'm going to go Bam Bam. That costs us nothing. I'm going to use this strike card to do 1 more damage. That's 3. They are dead. When defeated, they are going to go up here. And then the card here has taunt, but it also has a when defeated effect, which is 2 damage. So we're going to put those 2 damage onto here because we have to. This will then come in. Oh, this is the optical overlay card. Ooh. Interesting. You know what? We're not even able to do this bargain thingy because we have no money. We have no money. Oh, this is going to be a good card to play, though. We're going to have to spend our last 2 here to play this one. Although this one is free, so that's good. So this will be 1 damage. We'll put that 1 damage here, which will kill them and give us, ooh, our spare credits card. That's the one with 1 credit and 2 more, and it's free. Outstanding. So that does 1 damage and moves us up and then deals damage equal to the amount of different factions we have, of which we have 3. We have the Junkyard, we have the Silver, and we have the Council. So that's 3 damage, which is actually what we need to kill this guy. Boom. This is one of the boss cards, so we've now done 3 damage to the boss. Wow. Okay. That's great. Now, here's the thing, though. We have to level up because we are even if you're in the middle of your round, you have to stop and level up to do this. So if your deck is empty when there are no active threats, there are not. Or if your deck is empty when a new threat must be added, we have to level up. The first one is true. Advance both level discs by 1. Ooh, we're going to need a level 5 card, y'all. That's crazy. Discard all tactics and allies from play and discard. And discard down to 3 cards in hand. We only have 1 card, so... But all those allies, that lovely, lovely... Okay, this card ended up being great. I am so glad we grabbed that card. Resolve any boss-specific effects. This basically means that one of these new ones is going to come over here. Reshuffle the cards in my discard pile and place here threat side up. So now we got a lot of cards in here. Ooh! This game is fun. I like this game a lot. John D., you out here doing it. It's very interesting. Very, very interesting. And pretty simple. Again, like there's a couple keywords, but there's really not that many. Okay. And then we're technically still in the middle of our round, although we might use that spare credits to get us some money just for next round. We can then hopefully be shifty, blifty, as they say in France. Oh. The top card is one of those cards. Ooh, okay. I think I am, because this is free. I'm going to do this and get 3 credits, and I'm going to hold on to this dodge card because it's free and we don't really need it right now. All right, and that is going to go boom. All right, now the end of the round. Discard all play tactics cards. We're good. All unspent action tokens. Reset armor down to 0. Refill the battlefield. So, ooh, we got 2 of these friends. The good thing is they will be able to hurt each other. Okay. So we have these. Okay, so we got big hitters this time around. The problem with these cards too is killing these cards doesn't gain us any cards. And actually, this is another one of those boss cards. Oh, we're gonna be in a tough. Oh, stars. Yeah, we're gonna be in a tough area here, y'all. Ruh-roh. Hopefully we get a good level 5 card, because this is going to be intense. Okay, so we're at level 2 now, so they're at 4 health, 5 health. But when defeated, they do 3 damage, so I can put that damage over here. But it doesn't quite chain as well as it used to, unfortunately. So we'll see. Dang. Okay. All right, upkeep phase. Gain 3 action points. Easy peasy. Refresh all allies. All of our stuff is gone. Draw 3 cards from the Fiverr deck right here. Let's see who we can hire on Fiverr. Okay, so we got the Overseas Caligari. Overseer Caligari costs 1 credit. Costs 1 action point, rather. It's an ally. So exhaust, gain 4 credits until the end of this turn. All bargain effects you resolve gain this effect, deal 3 damage. That's kind of crazy because we have a bargain effect right now. Oh, that might be a difference maker in this round. Okay, hold on. Ambush is a Viren card. Costs 1 action point, gives us 2 action points, and draw 1 card from the bottom of your deck. Okay, that's interesting. 10 meters under. Ooh, it's a X? What? How does that work? How do I pay for this card? What? How? This is a fantastic game. Just got through the easy mode and all the bosses on a normal. Just rough when you find yourself in a full threat because of a fast keyword. Yeah, fast or rough. So this one, so deal 10 damage. You may split this effect as you choose amongst X targets. Oh, I see. So basically, I can pay for whatever I want, deal 10 damage. Wowzers. But basically what that means is that depending on how much I pay, I can then split that among. So if I paid like 3, I could go like 3, 3, 4. That's kind of crazy. Yo, that's wild. But then this one gives us money. Oh, that 10 meter, that card I feel like is such a difference maker. But this one is so useful now. Man. Because I'll tell you right now, the other side of this card is not really going to help us right now. It's not. So I feel like this is going to be 5 damage. Gosh, it's not even going to be that much. Now, I think we do have to take this card because we're actually going to be able to do something with this. Yeah, we're going to have to take this one. I really want to take this one super badly, but we just can't because it's just not going to help us right now, really. Unfortunately. Well, I mean, it'll help us, but it won't be quite as good as this. This one is going to be banana pants, I think. Oh, especially because we can gain another... Ooh. That's interesting. We can gain another... Although... yeah, we can't help. Yeah, because none of these cards are really going to help us right now. So the question is do we want to upgrade anything? Ooh, slapping this on it is spicy. Let's do this. Because this one gains us an action point, and this one allows us to split action points. So this basically means that whatever we use for this, we're going to get one of them back, which is pretty spicy. That's a spicy meatball. Unfortunately, well, we might be able to do this still. Right now, I don't think we're going to be able to play this card, or we'll be able to do the bargain effect, but let's go ahead and do this one. Okay, so let's go ahead and math this out. So we're going to do 10 damage, bonkers. And then, so if I spend all 3 of these, I will have 1 left over, which actually, again, isn't really even going to help me that much. So I don't know if we need to worry about it. Let's spend all 3 right now. We might undo one of those, but we'll see. So 10 damage. So if we do, oh, it's 4. 4 here. That would then do 3 damage. When defeated, I do 3 damage. Boom, boom, boom. So 4 here, 1 here. Oh yeah, this is better. Because then we do 3 damage here, 4 here, 1 here, and then we'll do, I guess, 2 here, because we only need 2 more to destroy it. Okay. Wow. Oh man, hold on though. Hold on though. We can also mess with you. What if I did this? Because again, we can always take out this top card. If I did that, so they're both gone. So it's 4 and 1. I can then still spend 5 here to defeat them. And then this one's starting with 3 damage, which is outstanding. You can look at the top of the threat cards. Yeah, it also says on the back here, these ones are the boss ones, so these actually don't do anything for me. This one does, but it's actually not going to be useful right now. So I'm gaining these various cards actually doesn't really help me, unfortunately. It's kind of one of the tough parts about this specific turn is that none of these cards are going to help me. But that's great because then I can chuck that over here, and then I have 5 left over, so I can go 5 onto here, kill them, which will give me that card, and then this one's starting with 3. And then again, this was 2 of those boss cards, which again is going to put 2 more on here. We're at 5. And then those will go here. Okay, I think that was the best. So this card is great. It gives us a tactic, does a damage, but then if we have 4+ upgrades in our play and discard pile, I gain 1 action and 2 more damage. We only have 1 upgrade. So that's why I'm saying this one wouldn't help us that much. Actually, we have 2. So it's helpful, but it's not like crazy helpful. Although I could now do this one. It would take all of our money, but I could now do this one. Let's do it. Because this takes also, although I get a thing back because of the action point on this card, this will give me another one. My gosh, is this ill-advised? Is this stupid? Doing it, don't care. We're going to gain a health and then bargain 3. And it's going to do 2 more damage, but then the cost is discounted by every one of these junker factions I have, of which I have 2, so it's only going to be 1, which I can pay for, to do 2 damage, which is 5 damage on this butt, which then does 4 damage, which will throw on this butt. Targeting, boom. And then when defeated, I gain a thing. Oh, this is getting bonkers. This will also put a damage over here. This is just silly. So, so when defeated, I gain 1 of those, and then boom, and then now I have dangerous dealings, which give me 2 credits. Oh man, this is just getting silly. I think I'm going to hold on to this one because I think this will be more useful next round. Wow, that freaking boss cards, yeah, they don't do anything for you. That was nuts. That was cool. Wow. Okay, and we got 3 more damage on the boss. That is killer iller, y'all. Woo! Okay, yeah, this was the right choice. I almost didn't take it. That was definitely the right choice. Okay, discard all played cards. That was insanity. Insane in that membrane. All right, lose all action points. Unfortunately, we're losing all 3 of these action points. We'll get them all back, but I could have played these cards, but they wouldn't have done that much. So I'd rather just save them. And then am I going to have 4? No, I'm only going to have 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, man, this card is also still not going to work. This card is good, but if you get it at the wrong time, it can be pretty bad. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Reset armor to 0. Bam. Ooh, fast, so they don't count. Ooh, fast, so they don't count. Uh-oh. That's what we got. Wowzers. Okay. Oh, man, we need that same turn again. Okay, because fast again doesn't count. So these birds are not super difficult, but they are fast. Although we get action points when we defeat them. Other than that, we have some reason. This one has +2 health. And it has taunt. So we have to take out these 2 first, which is a bummer. Ooh, we don't have that good at cards, y'all. Hopefully we get a good one. Combo. Killer Instinct Voice. Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much. All right, Advance the Danger. I'm not going to do the bonus. 3 action points. Refresh all allies. Resolve any upkeep effects, of which we have none. Okay, let's get a good card here. Okay, so this one's going to move our level marker. And then discard 1 active threat with damage. Oh, I just get to kill one of them? Wow, that's cool. Yeah, eliminate 1 card with damage. That's cool. Dig up a secret. Choose a card from your discard pile that is a level 3 or lower and add it to your hand. Huh? It's not really great right now, unfortunately. And then Conspire 1, which means we need another silver card, of which we don't have one. So I don't know if we're going to do that one. Integrated Optics. So this is a 2 and a 1, and the Resolve X movements, unique factions in the hand. So I get to move that thing twice. Ooh, it's 2, though. This is interesting. I might just do this one. And then just eliminate one active threat with damage. That is pretty great. I'm going to have... I might do the other one, because I'm actually going to have... I'm going to have some extra action, so I think I'm going to do this one. Interesting cards, though. Okay, so we got that. That's interesting. Okay, so everything, so you are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 health, barf. This one's 3, this one's 3, this one's 3. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. Gosh. This one is not going to help me fight. This will help me fight a little bit. This will help me fight a little bit. Ooh, that's an ally that'll help me fight. And then this must be my big honkin' card because it has 2 of those upgrades on it. I think that's my big strike, which actually might be like super useful right now. Oh. Oh man, we're kind of in a pickle right now. Dang. Oof. Okay, this is gonna be. Oh, we need like $1, and we just don't have it. I kind of wish we hadn't spent that last dollar. Shoot. I mean, it ended up being worth it for that super combo turn, but we need $1. Dang it. Cost me 1, 2, 3. Yeah, man, we're not gonna be able to do this. This is gonna be rough. I think I'm gonna play this one first, which is gonna be 1. Although we'll get 1 back, so let's put it there. We have 2. Oh, man, yeah. So it's 2 credits. We gain 2 armor, which is great. And this one is if we have 2+ upgrades on cards in our hand and in play, deal 2 damage. We only have 1. I'm gonna put an upgrade on one of these cards. We don't have it yet. And so, unfortunately, we're not going to. Yeah, dang. That's a bummer. That's two attack we're losing out on. We did get a little bit of block, which is great. I think, okay, so for 2, is there anything other for 2? There's not. I think I'm going to have to put another empowered on. I don't really want to do empowered because they're scary, but I think I have to. Oh, I want that card. And you know what? I think I'm going to slap it on. Do I slap it on this big card or I slap it on this one? Let's just make them even beefier. So now they're going to do 5 damage. So I'm going to spend 2. Well, hold on. Do I want to do this one first? This would be 1 tactic. Yeah, let's go ahead and do this one first. It's free. So it's going to be 1 credit. I do now have 4+ upgrades on cards in my hand in my discard pile. So I'll gain 1 more. And then we'll deal 2 damage. We'll do it to them because we kind of need that big card. All right, now we'll play this one for 2. So it's going to be 5 damage total. So we're going to put 3 here. That's going to come here. Oh, interesting. This is this card. Okay. Oh, I was hoping this was a bigger attack card. It's not. Interesting. Okay, this will go forward twice. And then we have 2 more damage. Oh, man. We're not going to be able to hit anything. Oh, this is a bummer. Yeah, we're going to do not that much damage. Yeah, not having another upgrade on this one was killing me. So if we go here, do I even do this? because this is going to be 2 more action points, of which I'm just going to end up wasting. It's only going to do 1 damage. Oh, sorry, I have 2 extra damage from this one, which is going to go here. But I need 2 more damage to kill them. So it's literally just going to go wasted. It would give us other armor, which is good. And we're going to, oh, I think we're going to die right now. We're going to hit for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, we're not going to die. We're going to be pretty close, though. I think I'm going to wait then, because I'm going to get hit for 6 regardless. So I would, if I played this, I would gain 1 more health back, but I would lose a lot of other stuff. So I think I'm just not gonna, which is a bummer. Okay. Threat phase. So again, it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 2 armor. I'm gonna lose 4 health. Oh, y'all, I don't think we're gonna I don't think we're gonna make it. I don't think we're gonna make it. Okay, so reset armor, discard all tactic cards. Gain these back. Advance danger by 1. I can wipe all of these. I think I'm gonna keep them actually. Yeah, let's just go ahead and keep them. Yeah, let's just go ahead and keep them. All right, so the good thing is we're at the level 5 here. Oh, no. Okay, so Badish, discard 1 active threat. Conspire, discard 1 active threat. So we need another silver card, which we don't have, and I don't think... Nope, we're not going to be able to get another one, so we're not doing that one. Because you are allowed to look at the other side of those cards, so nope. Viren, so... Oh, this is interesting. So you can exhaust this ally to get 2 actions or an action and 2 damage. Well, okay, we're doing this one. I'll tell you right now, we're doing this one. This is another of the council cards, and it's just 4 instances of 2 damage. Doing that. Need that. Very badly. We got this. I don't know if we do, Grizz. I don't know if we do. I think we're going to lose here. But because we're only halfway on the boss, like, we're going to get wrecked here. We definitely, I've been doing better this time around than I have previously, but we're getting wrecked. Okay. So we did that. Outstanding. Okay, so this is 2 and 1. I guess... Gosh. I guess we'll do this, yeah, because it's like, why not? So we're going to get 2 action points. I don't think we're going to... Well, we're going to get some cards, so actually having those 2 extra action points is great. We're going to move this, which is outstanding. It does 1 damage. Boop. So we need 1 more for this one. Oh, we're going to waste 1. Oh, we have to put it on them, though. That's a bummer. Yeah, that's a bummer. All right. Oh, we're going to end up wasting kind of a lot here, which is a super bummer. Hold on. Do I want to... Can I upgrade this? Ooh, I could put armor on this bad boy. On this bad boy. It's not the end of the world. Getting 5 armor on top of it. You know, let's do it. We're going to go bop, bop. We're going to slap this bad boy on there. So now this gives us 8 damage total, essentially, and then 5 armor. So now we'll play this. This will be 2. We'll get 5 armor. Huge. And then 4 instances of 2. So I have to put 2 of them here, which will be boom. That's because it's a credit. And then now we have 2, 2, 2. Unfortunately, all 3 of these are 3 health, which means we're literally going to waste them. We're going to end up wasting a bunch right here. So we're going to have to do 1, 2. This will give us a strike. Yeah, we're going to do 1, 2 here, and then we're going to put 2 here. Ah, that sucks. Hold on. So what's the other side of this card? Oh, I don't know if that's useful right now. Should I do this one instead? Yeah, I should do this one instead. Boom. So I'm going to get this one. This gives me an action point. Again, I keep getting all these action points. So I kind of want this one out of my... Well, hold on. Let's do this one first. So it's 2 damage. And then I would need another card in my hand or in play to conspire to get 2 more credits. I will. Okay, I'm actually going to have, yeah, I'll have $3 more. So I should be able to get another upgrade, which is great. Okay, boom, that does 2 damage, which I'll put there. That'll give me yet another action. And then we have this one. Okay, so now we're not going to really defeat them, but that's actually okay. We're going to put this one into play for 1. We'll go ahead and do this one for 1. This is going to be 1 more credit, which gives us 3, and I think we're going to spend it on this one, which has to go onto an ally. We're going to slap it on this Scrap Hunter, and this is basically the one where when we activate this, it'll do a damage, which is great. I mean, I could activate it right now because I'll get it right back, right? So, boop, I'll do that. Boop. I wish I could do this one because I could hit it for 2 more, but I am not able to, unfortunately. But okay. Okay, we got through that one. That wasn't horrible. Boom. Go back. We end up kind of wasting a couple of these. Boom. So now all these things are 3. So they actually gained, and this kind of just undid one of their things. So bummer. Okay. Bam and bam. Okay, kind of a normal one. This is one of the boss ones. Oh, we're losing all this armor too. Ugh, man. Well, actually, no, I'm sorry. We got hit. We got hit for 3. So we should have been at 2 rather than down to 0. We forgot to do them actually activating, but we were fine. All right, 3 action points. Blurst. We're going to get a card from here. Blurst. Okay. All right, so Uneasy Agreement. So this is another Viren card. So 2, Conspire, refresh 1 ally. Again, we have none of these Viren cards, so I just don't think we can take it. This is a Junker card. 4 damage. Oof. When this card is in play, each time you defeat a threat, gain 1 credit. Oh. Ooh, and then this one is just 3 hits and then 2 hits. The problem is we have no cards. It's only going to be this card. Oh, shoot. That's a problem. Hold on. And their health is now 4. And theirs is 6. Uh-oh. And none of these have upgrades, so this card is literally not going to be able to do anything. Oh, no. Oh, shoot. I think we're about to die right now. Well, this is 5. No, it doesn't even help. Oh, no. Yeah, I think we're dead. Yeah. Yeah, I think we're dead. Man. Because their health is 6 now. So having this one that does 5 damage is not going to cut it. Well, actually, no, we do need to take this because we can do 1 damage with this card. Okay. Yeah, we have to do this one to stay alive. The other one's not going to cut it. I really wanted the other card, honestly, way more than this one. But this is literally the only card we have. So that's the thing is, like, you got to manage your cards well, and I feel like I didn't do that. So it's going to cost us 2 actions. To play this, it'll be 3 damage, then 2 damage. Well, hell, I'll do this one first, which will deal a damage when exhausted. And this will be 3 damage, then 2 damage, which is another 5. So this will go boom. When defeated, I can deal 4 damage, which is outstanding. And then this will damage the boss. Boop. So 4 damage, so I can just straight up kill. I might as well do this one because it'll actually put all the damage on one. And we're still going to die right now anyway, so it makes no difference. It makes no difference. I will go ahead and spend this to do this because I have no credits to speak of, no money to spend. This will deal another damage, but I need 2 more. to be able to do anything to them. And that's all I can do. I don't think I can do anything else. So, yeah, bummer. All right, now it's the threat phase. They're now going to do filler damage. I got boop, boop. Dead. Dang it. Oh, man. It started ramping up, and we were also starting to run out of time. Like, we only had 5 more rounds after this one. So, like, we were starting to run out of time. I feel like we started off super strong, and then we hit a middle area where we just stopped. I feel like we just kind of like, yeah, we just kind of stalled out a little bit and just ended up, we were doing pretty good there, but dang. Yep. All right, y'all, that is going to be it. That's Unstoppable. I really, really like it. It's very fun. Yeah, I really like it. The card combos, the way the stuff works together, the getting extra action points. I love the fact that you don't draw cards, and the only way to really draw cards is to defeat stuff, so you have to prioritize things. But there's also not a lot of this like crappy hidden information. Like, it would suck if you didn't know what was on the other side of this card. But the fact that you're able to look and the information is up here is so good because you just need that. Dang. Tough stuff. Man. Well, I've only leveled up twice, so I only could do 2. One time I did, and the other time I had, when I leveled up, what was it? I basically didn't have another, it was something, I didn't have another strike or something. I wasn't able to do it more than once. For some reason, the second time wasn't useful. I can't remember what it was, but yeah, I only, and each time I came across these, I kept not having a credit to do it, so I wasn't able to thin out my deck at all. Yeah, tough though. Really interesting cards. It's one thing, like, the box is like half empty. I really, really hope, I don't know if they've done any expansions for the Solo Hero series, but I would give me as much content for this game as humanly possible. It's basically where I'm at with it right now. Whoop! I think it was incredibly fun. All right, y'all. Excuse me. Come on, mouse. Come on. All right, y'all. I think that is going to be it. What are we at? Is it about time? It's about that time. Perfect. This also game is much faster when you're just playing it solo. I was talking through my turns, which slows it down a lot. On the box, I think it says like 45 to something minutes. And I thought that was pretty accurate. It's probably an hour, maybe a little more. Really fun, though. When I play this, I prefer ally builds, I think. Yeah, I didn't come across that many allies, particularly that many allies that were super useful. I also came across tons of these Viren cards, and so many of them were dependent on me having other Viren cards, and because I didn't have any, I just kept not taking them. Although I did get a lot of these Junker cards, and those were really helpful. Yeah, it's super interesting the way you can build this out. And there's 3 separate bosses in the game. They all play differently. And then, so there's these purple cards, and then these blue cards, and there's a third kind of card. So the boss, oh, sorry, I'm realizing you can't see it. There's purple cards and blue cards. These are the threat cards. There's a third kind of like faction of threats. So again, the boss will switch those out too. Yeah, and there's like a decent amount of these core cards. Again, my thing is I'm like, just give me any and all. Any and all would be lovely. All right, y'all. I think I'm going to head out. I love you all to death. We did come out with a new quiz show video today, so make sure to check that out. Y'all have the Tyrants and expansion added in. I did not know those existed, so nope, sure don't. That's my guess of why the box is like half empty. Did not know there was an expansion for it. So I will be buying that because I really like this game a lot. All right, y'all. Have a wonderful rest of your day. We will see you later. And yeah, have a good one. Bye, everybody.